Today I want to address a growing threat: the increasing attempts to introduce contraband into federal prisons. We continue to see dangerous drugs such as fentanyl, methamphetamine, marijuana, liquid-soaked papers, Suboxone strips, amphetamines, mushrooms, and vapes. We also encounter weapons including knives, shanks, cutting tools, climbing gear, restraint keys, and the potential of firearms. What happens when a firearm is introduced into one of our institutions? It is a scenario no one wants to contemplate, yet it is the reality every correctional leader across the country fears, because we know it is not a question of if, but when. We also recover cell phones and other prohibited items that enable criminal activity and put lives at risk. Since I became director, our staff have deployed Narcan in more than 500 incidents to save lives from apparent overdoses. That reality underscores two things: illegal drugs are still finding their way inside, and our staff are responding quickly and professionally to prevent tragedies. Their vigilance has also led to the interception of 228 attempted drone drops. Staff have recovered nearly 17,000 cell phones and more than 4,300 weapons. They have seized methamphetamine in 668 instances, more than 20 kilograms, which is nearly 50 pounds. They have conducted 260 staff investigations and stopped 231 visitors from introducing contraband before it reached those in our custody. These numbers represent real threats stopped by real people. But for every attempt we catch, others are still trying. One breach can cost lives. That is why vigilance remains essential. Let me share a few examples. At one institution, an officer was reported to be planning to provide marijuana and 40 milligrams of THC gummies to an inmate. When searched, tobacco was found concealed under the officer's stab-resistant vest. At FCI Fort Dix, staff intercepted a drone drop carrying a 46-pound laundry bag filled with contraband. Can you believe that? A drone really dropped a 46-pound bag inside of one of our institutions. And at FCC Hazleton, staff inspecting a routine delivery discovered more than 5 ounces of THC wax, 300 Suboxone strips, and 14 cell phones hidden inside shipment bins. Recreation staff at FCC Beaumont observed 2 illegal aliens outside the secure perimeter throwing packages onto the recreation yard. Mobile Patrol responded immediately and pursued the suspects toward a wooded area. Staff recovered 26 packages containing significant contraband, including cell phones, vapes, tobacco, chargers, and tattoo equipment. This is the reality of correctional work. It is constant, it is challenging, and it is critical to the safety of our institutions and the communities we serve. Stopping contraband at this scale requires staffing, technology, training, and sustained support. The threats are evolving, and we must stay ahead of them. In 2021, the Bureau received a dedicated allocation to support our counter-drone program. In the years that followed, funding levels shifted and other operational needs were prioritized, and as a result, the program could not be supported at the level originally intended. This year, approximately $900,000 has been allocated to the counter-drone program. This support allows us to maintain minimum operational coverage and begin strengthening the program, but it is not enough to fully restore the capabilities this mission requires. I will advocate for the resources needed to ensure this program receives the priority it deserves. As we work to strengthen this program and secure the resources it requires, we are also taking action on the enforcement side. I want to acknowledge the strong support we have received from President Donald J. Trump, Attorney General Pam Bondi, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, and the Department of Justice. Together, the United States Attorney's offices across the country, we are prosecuting anyone, whether a visitor, a staff member, or an inmate, who attempts to introduce contraband into our facilities. This unified approach sends a clear message: criminal activity in or around federal prisons will not be tolerated, and those responsible will be held accountable. At its core, this work is about protecting our staff, protecting those in our custody, and protecting the public. To the dedicated men and women of the Bureau, thank you. Your vigilance and professionalism protect our institutions and the communities we serve. One team, one mission, one bureau.